Hi everyone, it's Daniel from healthybody.tv, and today we're talking about metabolism and ways that we can actually increase our metabolism and burn more energy throughout the course of our day. So what is metabolism or metabolic rate? Well, metabolic rate is the amount of energy that you burn, the amount of energy that your body consumes and uses, doing the various processes that it has to do within the body, repairing cells and creating new ones and all those kinds of things. Now, how can we actually increase that? Because that is, definitely one of our most effective and useful fat burning tools, because we're using it the whole time, And some of us have really high metabolisms, and some of us have really low and quite sedentary metabolism. So, in order to burn more body fat and lose weight faster, we need to increase that. So, I'll go through the most common ways to do that and the most effective ways to burn metabolism today. It's not a very big video today, but the content is definitely of high quality. So eating frequently is probably one of the most important ones. Eating a meal every 2 to 3 hours, so having your 5 to 6 meals a day, that's the best way to increase your metabolism as far as nutrition goes, because what happens then is you'll consume food and it gets your metabolism and your digestive system going first thing in the morning. And pretty much your digestive system keeps on working the whole day because you've always got food in your stomach for it to work on. The process of breaking down food and absorbing it into the body takes a lot of energy, and this therefore increases our metabolism. The other way on the exercise front is to do high intensity cardio. Alright, so doing high intensity cardio, what that basically does is create, say, oxygen deficit, and our body has to recover from that, and that uses energy. But cardio alone is not the best way to increase your metabolism. You need to incorporate some resistance training as well. And what resistance training does basically is activates your muscle mass within your body and helps build more muscle mass. Now, muscle is an active tissue and it requires a lot of energy to maintain itself. So the more muscle you've got, the more calories you're going to burn. But also the more active muscle you've got and the more you use it, the more high maintenance that muscle is. So what we're basically doing here is creating a body that's really high maintenance. So instead of being a little 4-cylinder, we're creating a V8 that's needs heaps of fuel to keep itself going. So resistance training is an incredible way on the exercise front to do that. And incorporating resistance training, training with weights and body weight exercises, things like that, incorporating that into your routine, probably 3-4 times a week is a really good way to go to increase your metabolism. Alright. Another way on the active front as well is to do things like, park further away from the shops and walk. Don't be one of those people that hovers right outside the door waiting 10-20 minutes for a parking spot. Park further away for the fun of it and walk. Just to kind of say to yourself, you know what, I'm a healthy, fit person and I can do that. And do things like, use the stairs instead of the lift or the elevators. Things like that. I mean, they really add up over a period of time. But more for the mental side of things, you start to see yourself as a healthy person instead of someone that bludgers and looks for the easy way out in every single element. Because if you have that kind of mindset, weight loss is definitely going to be a struggle for you. Another way, and the final way we'll cover here, is drinking cold water. And how that basically works is our body has to keep a constant core temperature of 38 degrees, and when it goes below that, or any element of your body goes below that, it has to warm it up. So when you drink cold water, your body has to use a lot of energy to warm that water up, you see, and that therefore increases our energy expenditure. Okay, so they're just some quick ways that you can increase your metabolism, things you can do right away. If you're not already doing them, you definitely want to get started on them, because increasing your metabolism is really the most effective way to lose more body fat on a regular basis. That's where the term comes from. Losing weight while you're sleeping is because you've got a really high metabolism. So factor those things in, and you'll see the weight come off a lot more easily. One more thing I will add on the nutrition front before we go is having something to eat before you go to bed can actually be really beneficial as well, because contrary to popular belief, your digestive system does not shut down when you go to bed. Alright, if it did and you had something to eat before you went to bed, as you can imagine, that would be rotting and you wouldn't be feeling too good in the morning. But as we know, that doesn't happen. So having something to eat before you go to bed actually keeps the digestive system working faster than it would be normally overnight. So when you think about it, you go to sleep for 8 hours on average, and that's a long time for your digestive system and your body to be you know, at a slower rate, and it's not really burning many calories. So if you can have something before you go to bed, it helps keep your digestive system going at a higher rate than it would. And if you combine that, you know, the hours, you know, that you sleep every single week, compare that operating with food during the night compared to without it, and there's a lot of calories that you have the potential to burn there just by having a quick, you know, snack before you go to bed. I mean, it can something like a tub of yogurt or a couple of pieces of fruit or something like that. It doesn't have to be a big meal, but just getting something in your digestive system for it to work on while you're sleeping. And then you'll find when you wake up also that you are quite hungry and wanting food. So if you're the type of person that struggles to eat something in the morning, then this can be a really good method to make sure that you do. Alright, so that's it guys, hope those tips helped, and I'll see you again tomorrow.